Hello everyone, I'm Broughy1322 and in this video I'm going to be showing the fastest fully upgraded 4-seater vehicles around a circuit. If you want to know how all cars perform in a variety of different classes and formats, check the annotation on the screen or the link in the description for the full playlist of videos. If a 4-seater vehicle isn't in this list, then it's either too slow, can't be stored as a personal vehicle, or was released after this video was published and is featured in an update video, but of course feel free to subscribe for future updates. So in 10th place is the Tailgater. The Tailgater is our second best sedan in the game, with a 1 minute 12.1. The Tailgater is amazing around the corners. It just lacks that overall top speed, but it is very good and very steady and really quick around the corners. It's got a lot of traction, especially when you put the spoiler on it. Just a quick mention to the Oracle, which would have been in 11th place on this video if I'd gone down that far, which managed a 112.2, so very close between those two. In 9th place is the Shafter. The Shafter is our best sedan in the game, and there is a reasonable gap to the Tailgater. The Shafter gets a 1 minute 10.8, so almost a 1.5 second gap in terms of lap time. The Shafter is much quicker, and the only choice really that you can have for sedan races if you're racing competitively. But in terms of being a 4-seater vehicle, the quickest sedan in the game is only the 9th best 4-seater vehicle in the game. So reasonably good for it, because there are quite a few 4-seater vehicles in the game, but there's still a lot more that are quicker. One of those is the Buffalo. The Buffalo is our 22nd quickest sports car, so it is in the sports class and it's not very quick for a sports car, but it can fit 4 people in it. With a 1 minute 10.0, it's a reasonable bit of lap time quicker than the Shafter, and it is our 8th best 4-seater vehicle in the entire game. But just ahead of it, in 7th place, you might as well, if you're going to have the Buffalo, you might as well have the vehicle that's in 7th, which is the Buffalo S. It is our 20th best sports car. I can't remember what it is that actually separates those two, but there will be, it is in the sports video. But with a 1 minute 9.4, it is slightly quicker than the regular Buffalo, so you may as well have it. If you do want a Buffalo, you may as well go for this version. It can still fit 4 people in the back. It's just a little bit quicker. So still only our 7th quickest 4-seater vehicle in the game, and in 6th is the Jackal. So the Jackal is our 4th best coupe, and a lot of people say, how can a coupe be a 4-door car, 4-seater? Well, that's just the way that Rockstar have decided to sort them out. So our 4th best coupe in the game is actually our 6th best 4-seater, but we've got, the best sedan in the game is only our 9th quickest 4-seater. So it doesn't make too much sense, but the Jackal is a very nice car to drive, very good around the corners. So in 5th place is the Kuruma armoured version. Now this is probably one of the best choices for a 4-seater vehicle in free roam, just because it is so well armoured, and the fact that it is, only 4 cars in the entire game are quicker than it if you want a 4-seater vehicle. It's our 18th best sports car, obviously, nothing special there, but with a 1 minute 9.0, it gets a very good lap time and it is reasonably quick, and the fact that it's so well armoured is a very good thing. So in 4th place is our 3rd best coupe in the game, which is the Exemplar. With a 1 minute 8.7, it's only 0.3 of a second quicker than what the armoured Kuruma managed. It's very quick in a straight line. The Exemplar has really good straight line speed. It does lack a little bit from not having a spoiler available to it to have a little bit more traction, but it is a very nice car to drive if you like that kind of styling, and it can obviously fit 4 people and go very quickly. So the top 3, and in 3rd place is the Felon, our 2nd best coupe. So we've seen the 4th, 3rd and 2nd best coupes in the game all be featured in this video. With a 1 minute 8.3, it's another 0.4 quicker than what the Exemplar managed. As long as you put the spoiler on the back of it, you get really good traction around the corners, and it's reasonably good in a straight line as well. For transporting 4 people, you can certainly do a lot worse, and this is the top few cars in this video are all very close. From 5th onwards or even 6th onwards, they're all very good, and in free roam you could pretty much choose any of them. It's all down to your personal preference as to what you prefer to drive. So the top 2. In 2nd place is the Kuruma. This is the regular version of the Kuruma this time. It is quicker than the armoured version, and with a 1 minute 7.8, it takes another chunk of lap time off what the Felon managed. Obviously, because it's a sports car, it is very quick. It's very nice to handle around the corners as well. It's entirely up to you whether you prefer this driving style or not. You know, it does take a little bit of getting used to, but it's a very, very good way to transport 4 people around in free roam. And the main benefit of it is going off-road. You know, it's absolutely incredible off-road. As soon as you take it off the tarmac, it's very, very, very quick, and would be probably the quickest way to transport 4 people if you're just talking about off-road vehicles. So that's something worth keeping in mind. But the number 1 car is, of course, the Sultan. It's only our 14th best sports car in the game, but with a 1:07.2, it's about 0.6 of a second quicker than the Kuruma, and it is the quickest way to transport 4 people in the entire game. You know, if you're doing a heist and you really want to get to the objective with all 4 of your teammates as quickly as possible, the Sultan is the best option to choose. Unless there's a lot of off-road sections, which would put the Kuruma higher than that, I would say. The Sultan on regular roads is absolutely the quickest. It doesn't have much in the way of brakes. You know, you do need to be careful with the braking for it, and you need to get used to that. But ultimately, it will give you the quickest lap time around a track like this, and generally in free roam, it is going to be the quickest way to transport 3 of your friends and yourself. So there you have it. That is the quickest 4-door car, 4-seater vehicle in the game. Obviously there are a lot of options here, and the top 10 are all reasonably close as well, especially in a free roam situation where you're not really going to be pushing the limits such as what you are on a track like this. It is entirely up to you what you prefer, and obviously, you know, the armored version of the Kuruma, you can't look past that because of its very, very good armor for free roam. So it's all about what you prefer, but you know, ultimately the Sultan is the quickest. So let me know down below what car you use to transport 4 people. You know, what is your main vehicle for heists? Is it in this list, or is it something completely different that is a little bit slower but more well armored? Of course, there are a lot of 4-seater vehicles in the game, but any that aren't featured in this list were too slow to make it. So thanks a lot for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Leave all your comments down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and obviously subscribe if you're new for more of these videos, and be sure to check out the playlist down below. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.